everybody, welcome to my show. We are back again on Wednesday on Awake TV network. And it's season 1, episode 4. And my guest will be today Caroline Fransen from the Netherlands. She's a very special therapist. You will meet her in a few minutes. I'm Ofkje from the Netherlands. I'm a Jungian therapist and I'm a transformational teacher. And a talent coach. So today I will tell you a lot about archetypes, and I will talk also with Caroline about this. And I will host the show every Wednesday. In total, there are 12 shows, and it's 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 noon New York time, 5 p.m. London time, and now 6 p.m. Paris, Amsterdam, Copenhagen, and Berlin. So please join me every week on Wednesday. And the theme always of my shows are archetypes and talents. And sometimes we also talk about life shifts. So open your treasure box. I made a wonderful box. It's about those archetypes and these cards. I use them in my interviews with people. And it's how to discover your archetypes, because a lot of people have closed their treasure box and you can meet them, and then you miss a lot, because everybody has 74 archetypes and sometimes some more. So how you can meet your inner dream team, there are these shows all about. And I will come to that in another minute. And for every show, I have a special guest with a special theme, and at the end, a special offer. So what role do these archetypes play in your personal life? How do you use them in daily life, and how do they work? And what are your hidden talents? Because a lot of people don't know them yet. It's when you meet them, you can talk with them. It's very special. And yet then you go around your head, you can think about it. And it gives you information from deep inside, from the subconscious. So how nice it will be when you rediscover these hidden talents, because when you were young, you put a lot of your talents away. When you make a beautiful drawing and you were at school and the teacher said, what's this? And they throw it away, and you think, I will never draw again. So that is really a pity. So in my conversations, and also when my clients come in my institute, I talk a lot about these hidden talents. And my mission is to open this treasure box with people, their treasure box, and to meet their archetypes and their talents again, so they can live more a fulfilled life. So these archetypes are rooted in the collective subconscious. They help you to connect with your soul, with your heart, and with your intuition. And everybody has archetypes. So, in line of your mission for a more fulfilling life, it's nice when you meet them. In my show, sometimes you do an exercise so you can meet one of your archetypes. Then I ask you to close your eyes. Don't be afraid of that. And it will give you some new information about yourself. So, I think life is a game. So I would love to play in my shows with you. Life is a game, and let's play it together. Yes, would it be nice? And something more about my guest, Caroline Fransen. She's from the Netherlands, and it's so nice. She's also a teacher. I'm one of her students now, so that's why I want to introduce her to you. She's so funny, and she has a lot of puppies and dolls, and she used them for family constellation. And it's really, really confronting. I really adore her. And she's an image power coach, and she also works with the archetypes, but she has a little puppy with it, like this. She has a queen, and also she uses a king and a jester. She will show you, and just 2 beautiful covers full of these little puppies, dolls. And she's a very good analyst, and especially in family constellation. And she's also a relation therapist. And when Caroline works with clients, she brings small figures on the table, and she does this family constellation on the table. So she can put it in her hand, and then she put it on the table, and it gives so much clarity. I was really impressed about this. And these figures impersonate the family of the client, the father, the mother, the brothers, and the sisters. And the way the client brings them together on the table, who stands where, tells something about the relation between the family members. That means seen from the point from the client. And that gives a lot of clarity. The figures may also symbolize an archetype or a part of the character of the client. And working like this, clients get a deep, deep insight. So she also used the archetype, the digger, of what happened in their childhood. Because most of the time, I say that also as a Jungian therapist, it's all about the childhood. How they interacted with their family members and how they handled changing circumstances. That are your roots, yes. And it's very interesting and amazing stuff. And I'm so excited to welcome Caroline Fransen to you, my public, to my show today. So let's see if she's there. Hi, Caroline Fransen from the Netherlands.
Hi.
Hi. This is my fourth show on Awake TV network. Today you're my guest, Caroline Fransen from the Netherlands. And she's my teacher and she's a writer. She has written 3 books. This is the most famous book of her, Beeldkracht. And a book about relation accidents, where you can do relation therapy. And you have another book, a 3rd book.
Yeah, it's about the I don't know how you call it in English, the tame sheep, the meek sheep.
Yes.
And leadership. And that, that leaders really like meek sheep. And
yeah, so also nice. So you have really a writer as an archetype. Today is a show we talk about these archetypes and talents. I made this card deck, and during my interviews, what I do every week on Wednesday, I talk with somebody, and today it's Caroline Fransen. Welcome, and can you tell me something about yourself, Caroline? What you're doing? I see all those nice dolls behind you. Can you tell me something about your work, your daily work?
Yes, I am. Well, now I'm a teacher in working with figurines and archetypes, and I do teach also in family constellations.
Wow!
And so, oh, I forgot about the family constellation puppets. I use this, and so the work I do is called image power. So I use the power of image to have get people a real clear view about their situation and about their inner feelings and urges. And I help them transform old shit.
Wow. Clear language. And that's what I read about you. You're very powerful, effective analysis you make, an analytic person. You are very quick and see. So in your sessions of 2.5 hours, you see directly what's going on in a family or in a character of somebody, isn't it?
Yes, sometimes I even see it when they write their application for me. But yeah, well, I'm doing this work for 20 years now. So
you're really experienced, yeah.
I started 25 years ago, but I did some other work as well. But since 20 years, I'm a full-time coach, relationship therapist, and now teacher of the method I developed. And yeah, I didn't know this because I was a journalist first, and then I studied law. Yeah. And I didn't know I had this real
it's
clear.
Funny. You were a lawyer, you were this, and now you're this.
But I didn't know I had this real deep insight into people, and I well, some people call it clairvoyant, but it's not only my mind that makes the analyzes.
Yeah.
I in a way I see through people.
But this poppies, I also have one, the queen. It works for itself. It's in the energy, what's happening. You also use this queen, and you also need another one. You use always. Can you tell me something about that? Because I like that very much. The no judging. Yeah.
So just a minute, I forgot to put my phone on airplane mode. Well, when we make an analysis of, is it analysis?
Analysis, yeah.
Analysis
yeah.
of people's personality. I always start with the queen or the king. And the queen or the king, I have a different one, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Is the leader of the personality.
Mm.
So she pulls the strings, but with most people, she doesn't pull the strings. There is like an automatic pilot who takes over and who does the leading of your personality. Like I have here the inner critic who takes over, and when she takes over, you're lost because you cannot do anything right anymore.
Mm.
And Superman can take over, and you're strong all the time. You can't be weak, and so to get back your
authentic self, your authentic.
No, I don't believe in an authentic self.
Okay.
No, I don't believe in that. I believe you have all kinds of aspects in your personality, and sometimes you choose and undeliberately a part of you takes charge, and you change all the time. And I don't think I don't believe in the.
Yeah, I think these are the archetypes, the characters, the inner personalities. You use every day. That's for sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So to get a clear view on your personality, because I know when my inner critic takes over, I also have this voice that she shouldn't take over, and it's wrong to have her take over.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm stupid that I let her take over.
Yeah.
Oh, this is not helpful at all, of course. So I have also a figurine for seeing without judgment, looking at yourself without condemning anything, and you are not in favor and you're not against. So you just look with an open mind to this part of yourself. So for instance, if I look with an open mind at my inner critic, I can see she only wants me to succeed in what I'm doing.
Mm.
So if I see that, okay.
I like that very much.
I can unravel myself from an aspect of myself.
It's all about these little aspects.
Yeah.
And for all those aspects, you have another figure. Is that true?
Yeah, I have more than 500. And this one is really a big favorite.
Who's that? Who's that?
You don't recognize Einstein?
Yeah, it's Einstein.
Einstein is always for going into the mind.
Yeah.
And we in the West, we are, champions of going into the mind. We are disconnected from our bodies, and we go into our mind. We think the mind will solve everything. We even think mind over matter. So we think the mind is more important than everything else.
And how do we get from the mind to the heart, to the body? How do you do that?
Well, you have to pass this process of connecting to the trauma that leads you to go into your mind. Because it's trauma that makes it impossible to stay in reality. And it's trauma that makes it impossible to stay here, connected to yourself, connected to your body. So it's a whole complex thing you have to do to get in contact with yourself. But you cannot go there without enduring the pain you had as a child.
So you have to demolish a bit of all those traumas. You have to connect with them.
I would never say demolish a trauma. That would be, like.
How would you say that? How would you say that? No judging.
I would say taking very good care of, learning to take very good care of your traumatized parts.
Wow. Yeah. To be more aware of them.
It's not just be aware of them, but it's to be aware of what you need when you are in this trauma feeling. So I will show you an example.
Yeah, let me see. I'm so curious. Look at all those figures. Isn't it wonderful?
really. I sometimes I cannot find myself what I'm looking for.
Just 500.
It's gotten a bit out of hand. But still, when I'm in a shop or when I'm in a market or a secondhand store,
You can't resist.
I always am looking out for new feelings. Especially, I need good fathers and good mothers. That's the main thing we have to connect with, is to. Well, when you as a child, you don't get what you need, and
For sure. Yeah, a lot of people.
and it's not, you don't get an iPhone, but you don't get, when you're frightened, you don't get support, you don't get safety. For instance, this is what I'm going to show you. So a part of you don't get it, so you're scared, or your parents make you scared because they hit you or they rape you, or everything happens. Everything you can think of happens.
Yeah.
So you get scared.
Wow. Yeah.
You get scared. You're stiffened up, and you're always on the alert.
Yeah.
And many people are there. Part of them is there. It's still there, even if it's 40 years later.
Yeah.
And so I have to connect them with this. Is a fearful part. And I have to learn them to give this part safety. And I do that by having them choose parents. Yeah, it's a bit difficult because I have to.
Yeah, and you speak about intern parents, isn't it? Yeah.
So,
and then you work with animals?
For the young child, I always use animals because they have a clear, distinct connection. You immediately connect with yourself. So,
and there's the beer. Yeah.
Child. This is the mother that supports the child.
Wonderful.
And the father that chases the fearful thing away.
Yeah.
I'm so.
I can see it. I can see it, and people can see it too. Yeah. Wonderful.
Yeah. So when I show this to people, they have to carefully select the animals that give them safety. Because it's not about me. It's about them experiencing this deep safety for the very first time in their lives. Because they never had it, and then they decided, well, I don't need it.
And how do they react when you show this to them?
They they go to and forth. They are crying, often crying, and very relieved and very like like their shoulders dropping, like this part, or like a weight is lifted of their shoulders. They feel their body for the first time. They have all this, and they of course are confronted with the fact that they didn't receive this from their parents, so it's hurtful. Yeah. So it goes to and fro from hurtful to, well, relaxing. It's relaxing. It's and once you're able to relax yourself, well, yeah, that's very profound. It's an eye opener. It's really an eye opener, I think. Insight. It's an eye opener, and it changes the cells in your body. Yes. So I think it changes the cells in your body. I think it's because you can see it. You can see it happening. And how did you came? I'm really it's very good to share all this because it's so helpful for everybody. But how do you connect yourself? When did you find this game, this method? You're a founder of this method. Well, it just went on working. Yeah, yeah. I'm very. You are a lawyer. You studied law, so you studied law. What happened? What brings you to this? Well, I don't know. I always want. I don't know why I know why I studied law, but it's not really. I don't think it's really. It helped me to connect with that there are two parts, because I can go off a bit on my,
It's okay. Everything's okay. It's your party today.
no, I mean, I can go off on my journey, my fight, my Artemis archetype,
Mm.
be a bit too focused on one side. So
Mm.
the whole learning about law helped me to see that there are two sides, and that they always are a bit right, both of them, except of course in when it's criminal law. And well, I don't know, but at the moment it helps me because I'm into a thing about this transgender law that's in the Netherlands, and it helps me that I'm a lawyer, so it's okay.
Yeah, it will help you. All those archetypes will combine each other at a moment, and then they are in your power. So that's great. Yeah.
But you asked me how it just sort of developed when I started doing family constellations on the table. So
that's special, because just to tell the watchers and the listeners, normally family constellation, you invite people, figures, people in the field, and that costs a lot of time, money, place, and you do it on the table. You have it in your hand, and then you put it on the table, isn't it?
Yes, well, it brings, of course, a puppet doesn't bring the same amount of energy as a normal person would, so it doesn't talk back. But I use it to restore the order in the situation. So you don't really need the feelings of the person there. It's about order. It's about, the fact that you have a mom and a dad, and you are their child.
Yeah, yeah.
And you are, I don't know, what your order are. You're probably the oldest child.
No, I'm the fourth daughter. So
you're the fourth.
Fourth daughter, yeah.
So you have a very high drive then.
Sure.
Yeah. Because
to be seen. That's why I'm on television now.
Yeah. Very often the first one has this high drive, and I'm a first one. You can, but I don't know if it's like star signs. You can believe in it or not.
Or not, yeah.
Sometimes you can really see the middle child is really like bringing
relaxed, yeah. But tell me more about it.
So it sort of developed, and it got like more refined in the years. And it still is refining, because now I'm teaching, and now everybody's asking questions. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And I have to think on a whole new level about the work. And I have to find out how I can have people use it in the way I intended to be used.
Yeah. So because you're the founder, this you want to do it your way. Yeah.
Well, a part of it, I want to do it my way. So I wanted to be clear. I wanted to be focused. I wanted to be not therapeutical. So
you're the purifier.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But everybody will do it their own way, and I'm a bit intense kind of girl. So I want results. So that's why I developed the method. I want results. It's no use spending a lot of time with a therapist, spending your money and not having results. I mean, you want to change, you want to transform, you want to get out of what's holding you back. You want to be free.
Yeah.
So, and I know and I'm very fast. I don't know why. I mean, that's I have to acknowledge that not everybody's as fast as I am, and it's perfectly fine. They are perfectly helping their people in the way they use the method. So they don't have to do it my way. They don't have to be, I'm also a bit, pushy maybe, or yeah. So and nobody has to be like me. But to see the method as what it is, how it can, how it helps when you are really as a therapist, you are really centered in yourself. You are responding to what you see and what you feel, and not too much in your head. And these things I really like them to explore and to learn. And it's for almost all students that come to me, which like you are very experienced professionals, it still is a bit new. There is still new about it that they didn't explore yet, and it brings, you know, like a whole new angle to their work. And that makes me really proud, because, you know, teaching
you may be proud.
Teaching somebody who's a beginner is a different thing from teaching somebody who's very experienced, has his own mind, her own mind, has, you know, a clear vision on things, and still, well, that's
a miracle. I have a miracle worker as an archetype, but it brings so much more in the energy when you see the poppy, and for everybody it's different. But still, my question is there, what brings it to you? Why did you choose this for your personal history? What attracts you in this?
That's I love it that it's playful.
Yeah, and life is a game. Let's play it. Yes,
that you can laugh about it, and that you can have fun, and that you have to, you know, you have so much freedom too. I hate like all the methods that block you into a box. Bring that you have to, you know, like hoe heet het nou ook alweer? You have a lot of methods where you have to choose.
And there are rules and interpretations, and this is free. You go back to the childhood, and that's nice.
And you decide, your client decides for him or herself what a puppet means. I mean, if this bear is friendly, it's friendly. If the bear is angry, it's angry. I mean, I'm not the one to decide. So it's also like an adventure what the client will do.
Always.
So you won't get bored easily.
Are you getting bored easily yourself?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. That's why I like it. It's so different. There are no rules. There's no form. It can be what is needed. Yes. And I think this is wonderful.
And the interesting thing is, it works for almost everybody. So it especially works for I don't know what is the English word for beelddenker? Image
thinker. Yeah, image thinker. Yeah.
And I really love to work with highly intelligent people, and it works for them really well, because they are always in their head, and so we have very quickly Einstein comes on the table, and when we talk, and they are going into their head, and I can say, "Oh, I'm talking to Einstein again."
Go back to yourself.
They have to go deep into their feelings, because I'm not, you know, staying with Einstein. And I think most therapists will stay with Einstein. They will stay in a mental realm. They will talk about everything. And
I think this is the same. You also want to open that treasure box to reconnect with this sexy woman or this sexy man himself. We did it in our lesson, and I really like these puppies you have for that. They are so illustrative.
I don't know when you.
Do you have her in a bikini? Yeah, this one.
Well, it's really it's so because I have been working. This one is good too. I have been working as mostly as a relationship therapist with this method, and this method makes it possible to work with two people at once, because I make two constellations at once.
Yes.
And so I'm not able to have, you know, two people fighting and quarreling and trying to teach them not to intervene or to listen or whatever. I can use this, and I can get a clear picture of how each of them, with their behavior, makes it worse.
How long did you do this? You wrote a book about relation therapy in Dutch, and I hope you will translate it in English, because a lot of watchers are curious now.
That would be nice.
Yeah. Is it different to work with two people together, because there's more emotion, more passion, more pain, maybe?
Yeah. So it's for somebody who's easily bored.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And the interesting thing is, in a relation in therapy, mostly the woman says she's not heard, and the man says he doesn't get enough sex.
Always the same. Yeah.
It's very often. I mean, it's not always, of course, but it's very often. And then I asked this man, bring me your sexy man from my cupboard, because I don't know if you're really connected with your sexy man yourself.
Yeah.
And they never are. They never are. Yeah. So because they
can be the sexy man. They can be it. No.
Have sex because they are not connected with their own sexuality, and they are not connected with their sexy man, and they're not connected with their, you know, seducer. And if they are starting to connect with their seducer, and that's one part of the getting sex back into the relationship, and the other part is always about learning to deal with being rejected.
Learning to deal with, yeah.
So, because when they are rejected, I'll have my ear here. When a man gets rejected by his wife, he goes into the Eeyore archetype. He is really, 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 really sad because his balloon is empty.
He's crying.
And I love to, you know, also with people I do this because it helps enormously.
Yeah.
To make a bit of fun of your own.
Yeah, playful. Yeah.
And then I do it by my own drama queen as well. I know and
you're an actor too. You're also an actor. You're an actor too. Yeah.
And finally, I have a grip on her, and I know when she's there, and my friends are getting upset, and I'm telling them, this is my, you know, you're dealing with my drama queen. Please say something else than what you do now. Because I can't control. If I can't control my drama queen, well, hardly anybody can. And I have a friend who tries to calm my drama queen down. Well, she gets worse from that. She really goes.
But how do you reconnect? How do you reconnect the man? Reconnect with his sexuality when he is this little.
In fact, to reconnect, you only have to get the puppet out or the figurine out and to look at it and to feel it inside yourself. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you have to, you know, for a man to get into his real male strengths. Mm-hmm. I have a few special puppets for that.
Can you pick them for me?
Yeah, because I know
to see. She has such 500 puppies to show and to feel that connection.
So other things don't work. I only do what works, you know. So
yeah, I know
to get the puppet out that really connects them to their
to their body, to their feeling,
to their masculine side, because we are, you know, women are away from their feminine side, but men are away from their masculine side, and it's really a fundamental thing to reconnect. Mm-hmm. Here he is.
Oh wow! Woo!
Yeah. So I once had a session with a man and a wife, and I had him stand up, you know, and feel this in his hands and his toes, because they start to feel it somewhere, maybe in their head or whatever. But they have to feel, you know, it has to be really embodied.
Yeah.
So he embodied it for the first time in his life, and his wife and I, we started to giggle. I mean, it immediately had effect on us, and that's so. I think it's. I will always remember this session because it was so great that we both immediately reacted to him. So it's that when your own energy is
energized,
flowing,
you
have influence on others. And when
this is a good one. This I like,
or stuck somewhere, or you're you know like this, when you're in this guy, you won't get sex from your wife, never, because she's not attracted to a little boy,
whatever,
a little boy who feels sorry for himself. So I need to have this, and rejection is a to learn to deal with rejection. We have to have parents that help us to deal with rejection. I mean, everything you are not able to do now, I think is founded in your parents didn't help you
Mm.
to learn how to deal with it.
Yeah. And with this feminine energy with women, how do you reconnect them with that?
Well, the feminine energy is of course not that it's not that outgoing.
Mm.
So it's a receiving kind of energy, and we have very bad stickers on receiving energy because we connected to victimhood,
Yeah.
and we are, the whole feminist movement has focused on being strong
Sure. Yeah.
and not receptive at the same time. I mean, I don't have any. I'm a feminist, 100%, and I am this new kind of feminist that thinks femininity is not only being strong and being able to earn your own income. It's also being able to receive, being able to
Your power. Yeah.
to receive help, receive love, receive, and not only giving, because we are givers.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Is there a symbol for that? The giver? The servant?
For the giver, well, I have different. So the giving is I think it's more things at once. So it's the nurse caring for others all the time first, not caring for yourself. It's the I don't know. She has like a lot of things,
heavy,
responsibilities you take over from others, which you have to get rid of before you can connect to yourself. So this is also a whole process before you can connect to your receptivity, because if you are always working for others, how can you connect to what you need yourself?
Yeah, and reconnect and build a relationship also. Yeah.
So I have this receptive lady.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And when I bought her, she's one from the very beginning of when I started to do the work. And
you tell me more?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you more. And I bought her, and I buy figurines because they upset me, because I like them, because they do something. But she upset me.
Interesting.
I really hated her. Stupid bitch.
No expression.
So I had to hoe heet het? Uit elkaar halen.
Yeah, to unfold it.
So to divide being a victim from being receptive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And to see receptivity as a really wonderful quality. Mm-hmm. Instead of stupid, doing nothing, letting others decide. Whatever. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it took some time. I also went on tango class to be able to receive some impulses from others and react.
And to accept it too.
Yeah, because I'm well. You told me I'm a leader.
Oh yeah.
Types. Well,
you are a leader. Yeah.
So it's good to be a leader and dance. It's good to be a follower.
In a relationship, it's all coming, giving, having. Yeah, it's going up and down. Yeah.
And I think in a relationship from a woman and a man, it's very good as when the man can be a little more the leader than the woman.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell me something about the gender thing you're very busy with?
Yes, I can. It's
in the Netherlands.
In the Netherlands, there is the consultation is just finished last week, and minister proposed to create self-identification.
Mm-hmm.
So you can decide yourself whether you're a man or a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go to the city hall and have them change your birth certificate into male or female, which is of course a lie, because you aren't.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes away every meaning, every meaning of the word woman. When a man with penis, beard, everything can just go to City Hall and say, "Oh, I'm a woman." And if that didn't have any consequences, it would. I wouldn't be, so upset. But it has a lot of consequences, because when a man can say he is a woman, he has you cannot discriminate against him. He has a right to go into the women's toilets, into the women's changing rooms, into the sauna, ladies' day, into women's sports school, into women's sports, into shelters for women who are battered by their men, and into female prisons.
Yeah. So
this will lead to, enormous problems. We see that in countries where self-ID is already in fact a fact, that they're women raped by trans females in women's prisons. So I'm fiercely opposed against it, because it takes away women's right we have to fought for so long.
Yeah.
And you cannot, when you are really thinking about what the consequences are, and especially for women who are vulnerable or women who are from minorities. I mean, a Jewish woman or a Muslim woman is really not allowed to be around another male than her own man.
Yeah, I know.
So they are, in fact, what we do is we say, well, women, you have to stay inside the house, because we won't make it safe for you anywhere. We won't make women's provisions for you, only in church. So probably churches will grow from this, because that will be the only place where you can go to as a woman, where you can be sure that you are amongst women only when you want to be amongst women only.
But this is for you an issue. This is also about safety. And you go back also here in this constellation with poppies and dolls. You go back to their childhood where they feel unsafe. And this is also an unsafe situation with this problem. The gender problem. So you have in your room covered with women figures, and you have it covered with men.
Men,
male, a female,
But I don't know. People can choose anything they like.
Yeah.
Except for the sexy woman, sexy man. That has to be, for me, it has to be their sex.
Yeah.
But they can, you can choose. Women can choose Superman.
Yeah.
Men can choose a nurse. I don't care about that.
No.
That's free, but for me, it's helpful that they're in different cupboards. And I have also a shelf for the inner parents.
Yeah, with the animals. Do you need a third cupboard for the genders or no?
No, I'm not going into there. I'm just you have male and female and
that's it. Yeah,
that's it. And you have heterosexual, bisexual, and gay or lesbian. So there are no more opportunities. This non-binary stuff is also very ridiculous.
Yes.
I mean, we used to call it androgynous.
Yeah.
So your body is who is partly who you are.
Yeah.
What's in your mind? What's in your behavior? That's a completely different thing. And I am all for very gender-free roles, so that I can, behave like what's considered male, and a man can do things that are considered female.
Freedom everywhere. So, but what I see, you made in your life a life shift from a lawyer to be this therapist, and it's wonderful to see you today with this figures and your conversation with me. I really loved it. So this life shift, I interviewed a lot of people. I made 2 books also.
Oh,
Maybe
wow.
you can be in the next book because you really made this life shift too. And it's also to encourage people that they are free, they may choose what they want to do in life and get rid of their traumas. And this is a wonderful, wonderful tool I can use. I'm your pupil in your classroom, and I'm very grateful that I found you. So I really want to thank you and give you my compliment. So I hope you can receive it.
Yes,
With the recipient archetype. I'm really very grateful, Caroline, and I'll see you next Tuesday in my second lesson in your class. I really recommend you how you do your work. Yeah, you must be proud to be the founder of this. This tool you developed. So thank you very much for participating. Is there something you want to share to, maybe you can tell them how people can find you? Maybe they want to meet you, to greet you, to do online something with you, or read your book. Can you tell me how they can find you, please?
Well, they can find me at beeldkracht.eu.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on Twitter, but this is mainly on the gender issue. But if you want to reach me, you can. So it's Coach Caroline. That's very easy on Twitter. I was, like an early adapter with Twitter.
Yeah.
So I think that would be good. Or on Facebook, you can send me a message. And yeah, maybe, I don't know if you, ik kan het opschrijven, heb je dat?
It's Caroline Fransen.
Yeah. I don't know if I have a good, kan je dat zien als ik dat zo zet? Of
Yeah. We can see it. Beeldkracht.eu. Yeah. Thank you very much, Caroline. Is there something you want to tell to the watchers?
Well, thank you very much for having me here. It was really great. Thank you very much.
It was great to meet you too. And thank you for informing about this. Yeah, and you show you your room, your stuff, and your tool. It's really very helpful for people. And thank you for participating. Speak soon. Bye-bye. Bye. So this was a wonderful conversation with Caroline Fransen from the Netherlands. And to look to all her little figures she used in a therapy and a relation therapy. And at the end of the show, I will give you some more information how to contact Caroline Fransen. And as you saw also in the interview, the archetypes have a very strong influence in your daily life if you want to. And it can play a crucial role in the analysis of your own life, in your own situation. In a way, you experienced your childhood and interacted with your family members. In my work, I also use archetypes as a way to get more insight in your inner world and in the inner world of my clients. Because of the importance of all this, my offer of this week will be a reduction on the price for a private session with me. At the end of the show, I will tell you more on this. And you also can book Caroline. If you think it's very interesting, you can see and meet her on her website and make an appointment. To connect with the story you heard, Caroline told you, you can learn how important it is to know these archetypes, especially the light side and the shadow side. She has every time another figure or another card to show the archetypes. By knowing your archetypes, you connect with your inner, deeper self and your mission in life. Your most important archetypes are your dream team, your inner dream team, and they help you to open the treasure box. For you have so much power inside of you, you never know. And you know what? You hold the key of this treasure box. I made this card deck. You see this dragon on the treasure box, and he has a key in his mouth, and with this key you can open your own treasure box. So it's very helpful to meet and greet your archetypes. In this box there's a beautiful manual with drawings of Lisa Rutte. She's a very famous drawer from the Netherlands, Amsterdam. And in the drawings, you see the light side and the shadow side of these archetypes. I show you a few of the cards which Caroline used. She's really the queen of this game. The game she used with a stool, with her poppies. And she's a real leader. You can see. And with all those little figures, she's really a collector. She has a whole cupboard with men figures and women figures, and she used them in her therapy. She's a teacher too. She made this foundation of image, power, building, and she's the founder also of that. She's a warrior. And a warrior with a heart. So she's not about the judging. She don't judge when you're in a therapy with her. And she's a writer. She wrote 2 books and another one, 3 books. You can see it's the image building, and it's also how to help your person in the relationship. And so she's not of judging, so no judge. You have the light side and the shadow side, and she uses the light side. And she's also a purifier. So she looks and she digs where the issue is. And a storyteller also. Yeah, everybody has his own life story. I love them. And during this therapy, she looks, I do that too, with eye opener. So there is a third eye here in between your 2 eyes where you can see more and gives you information for your subconscious. So there will be a transformation during the therapy with the alchemist. And then you will use the Lady of Initiation. You see this little window? When you transform something, your insight with the eye opener, you go with the stairs through this gate and you can go back. This insight will help you for your future. And then you can connect. You connect in your relationship, you do the better for it. So, this is about these archetype cards. When you want to learn how you can talk with your archetypes, you can book that session. And next time, my special guest will be Kate Lemley. She's from the United States. And she's Kate, the heartist. Not the artist, but the heartist. And she's an amazing light worker from Texas. She follows her heart as she creates all kinds of things with a creative mind and hands. For me, she also created a magic stick, and the text on it is, "Life is a game, let's play it." That's my slogan. And she's the founder of Utopia, a digital world where kids can be who they want to be and live their own dreams. How wonderful is that? Because children, that's also where my heart is always, they are our future. So I hope you will join me again next Wednesday on Awake TV Network. 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 noon New York time, 5 p.m. London time, and 6 p.m. Amsterdam, Paris, Copenhagen, and Berlin. So the special offer of today is the reduction of €100 on the price of an online private session of 2 hours with me. Instead of €350, you will pay €250. And you can find the offer on my page on Awake TV Network. For more information, you can go to my website. All the games I made is www.ofkjetekens.com, OFKJETEEKENS.com. And for more information on my guest, Caroline Fransen, you go to www.beeldkracht.eu as BEELDKRACHT.eu. So this was it for now. Thank you for joining us. It was a wonderful time to see you all again. And thank you for being here. Hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.